All right, my friends, this is Donnie.
And Sandra.
And we are coming to you from Warren County. That's Warren County, North Carolina. This makes number 72 in our quest to stay at least one night in all 100 counties in North Carolina. And for those of you that don't know, maybe this is the first video you've seen, we share the fun facts about the county. It may not be everything that's about the county, but what is listed mostly on www.ncpedia.org and some other little information that I may find out along the way. But just a brief summation about the county and some of the neat aspects about it. And while we're in the county, we share our reviews of where we stay at. That way, if others want to come to the county in an RV, or maybe not even in an RV, and maybe they want to stay and looking for a particular area, then they'll know about where we stayed at and what we thought of it. Now, also, when you're camping, a lot of times when you're sitting around the campfire, you tell ghost stories. You tell ghost stories around a campfire. At least those that are around the campfire with me, we're getting in this talking about some spooky stuff. And so now what I'm doing is I am going to go through an urban legend about Warren County. I found one. Now, some counties, I can't find anything. You would think there would be something in the county somewhere, but there are counties that I haven't been able to find anything at all. And so, but this one here has one that I've heard of it before, but I didn't know the background of it until I actually went into it. I went into it. And so now, well, I don't want to jump ahead of myself, because I'm going to tell you more about the location and, kind of because it used to be a place that you could go visit. So I'm going to tell you about the location and kind of what's happened to it. But this story originally came from, I actually found it, and like I find many of my ghost stories and urban legends, from www.northcarolinaghost.com. www.northcarolinaghost.com. I'll have a link in the description for you guys if you guys want to check them out. And so they have recently redid their artwork, and I was able to get, I believe it was a magnet.
This magnet or sticker?
A sticker or a magnet.
And a coffee mug.
Is a well, I think it is a magnet. Yeah, I got a magnet and a coffee mug, and so I think it's real cool looking. So I had to have that on there. But at any rate, this one right here is called Devil's Rock. It's called Devil's Rock, and so now the background on this one, as far as there was a question on exactly what county it fit in. Was it Franklin County or was it Warren County? There's a location, I think it's 1131. Yeah, 1131, Road 1131. I actually found that in Warren County. It was found in Warren County. So that was the reason why I just connected it to Warren County.
Okay.
And so, but there was a question whether it originated from Franklin County or Warren County. Now, it does have two separate locations. We're going to talk about that here. One being in South Carolina. And so part of the story it actually originated in South Carolina, and it ended up in North Carolina. And so, but this is the way it goes. Devil's Rock is said to hold the footprint of Satan himself, located off State Road 1131 in Largo. There's a place where the print of a left foot is slightly larger than a human size, can be seen imprinted deep into a large rock. How did the devil's footprint get in a rock in North Carolina? This is one North Carolina legend that starts in South Carolina. There in Flat Rock, the devil's matching right footprint can be found. Sometime in the last century, there was a man in Flat Rock who was reported to be one of the meanest men ever to walk the earth. This man spent his time brawling, drinking, cussing, and racking up a list of sins so long that if you wrote them all out, the paper would stretch for miles.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
Now, this man grew old, as we all do, and nearing the end, he looked back on his life and knew where he was headed. He also knew he didn't want to go there, but the man was such a mean-spirited cuss that heaven didn't look like much fun to him either. So he set out a plan to avoid going to either place. When he knew his time was drawing near, the man went out and bought a bunch of the sharpest tacks. That's tacks, T-A-C-K-S, tacks, he could find. He then went up on the rock from which Flat Rock gets his name, spread these tacks around, covered them with old leaves, sat down and waited. Soon enough, the devil appeared before him to carry his soul away to the fiery pits below. "You ready to go?" the devil asked him. "I am," said the man, "but before I do, I'd like to get a good look at you. I've been on your side this whole life. I've heard so much about how magnificent you are to look at. I know that you're a busy man, and when I'm down in your place, I won't get much of a chance to see you there, being so many wicked people up here needing your attention. So if you could kindly step back a bit so I can take you all in, I'd much appreciate it. It'd be the best reward I can think of in this evil life I've led." Now the devil is a vain creature, and he ate this flattery right up. He puffed himself up and stepped back to show off, and stepped down hard onto those hidden tacks lying on the ground. The devil hollered and jumped up in the air. When he jumped, he pushed down so that he left his right footprint in that rock in South Carolina. He went up so high that when he landed miles and miles away in North Carolina. And when he came down so hard that when he hit the ground, he forced his left footprint into that rock in Largo. After that, Satan was too scared to have that man, and heaven wouldn't have him either. So now his ghost walks the earth up and down between those two footprints, laughing to himself all the while. Now, this is some information, update information, I guess you could say, about this location, and it was posted February 22nd, 2014. It says the rock has been severely damaged when the Department of Transportation dynamited most of it to build a new road. So, unfortunately, there's very left to see. But the address is Devil's Rock is located in Largo, which is about an hour north of Raleigh, between 401 and US 1. The rock itself can be found in a field off State Road 1131. Once you reach State Road 1131, look for a sign that says Devil's Rock hanging off a mailbox on the left. Devil's Rock is on private property. The land is owned by a nice man named Mr. Harris, who is generally obliging, but please ask permission before walking across his property. Now, I looked for an area called Largo. On Google Maps. I could not locate it. I just couldn't locate Largo. And, so I don't
I
know.
wonder if it's called something else now.
Maybe somebody else knows more about this location than me. If you do, please share it. And so I'd be happy to
I do remember
share
this story. I believe when I was in elementary school, there was a book in the library about North Carolina ghosts, and this story was in it.
Guys, that's going to be it. We hope you've enjoyed it. And so be looking forward to the next one. And if you haven't, please check out the previous ones I've done up to this point. And so again, if I can find a ghost story or urban legend or just some really bizarre story in general, I will share it with the group, and we'll just kind of add it into this knowledge and history, rich history of North Carolina and the counties and just the unique areas and the people in general. And so there's just so much to learn, guys. But you guys take care. We love you, and we wish y'all safe travels.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.